Breaking news. In a shocking turn of events that's sending ripples through New York City's financial district, $80 million vanished from the city's bank account overnight. Yes, you heard that right. The largest city in America just had its bank account raided in broad daylight. Picture this. Wednesday morning, NYC officials log into their regular bank account, just like any of us checking our balance after payday. But instead of business as usual, they're met with a startling discovery. $80 million. Gone. No warning, no explanation. Just an empty space where millions in taxpayer funds used to be. For hours, the mystery of the missing millions hung over City Hall like a dark cloud. Then came the tweet that would blow this story wide open. Former President Trump's Secretary of Homeland Security proudly announced, "I have clawed back the full payment that FEMA deep state activists unilaterally gave to New York migrant hotels." But here's where it gets even more interesting. This wasn't just any government funding. This was money specifically allocated by Congress, approved through proper channels, to help manage the ongoing migrant situation in New York City. The funds were being used to convert an old Manhattan hotel into a modern-day Ellis Island, providing temporary shelter and essential services to legal migrants. The city's comptroller is calling it what it is: highway robbery. And this story goes deeper than just missing millions. It's about the unprecedented reach of federal power into local government finances, sparked by a tweet from Elon Musk claiming misuse of funds, claims that city officials say are completely false. Welcome to Elon Musk 24 Hours, where we bring you the most impactful stories affecting our nation's governance and financial systems. Let's dive right in. Behind the closed doors of New York City's Department of Finance, a crisis was unfolding that would shake the foundations of local government autonomy. Brad Landers, the city's comptroller, received the kind of call every financial officer dreads. His chief deputy's voice carried an urgency rarely heard in their daily operations. $80 million has vanished from our treasury account. This wasn't a computer glitch or a banking error. This was something unprecedented in American municipal history. The federal government reaching directly into a city's bank account and withdrawing funds that had been legally allocated, approved, and already spent on essential services. The story begins in the heart of Manhattan at the historic Roosevelt Hotel. Once a symbol of New York's golden age, it now serves a new purpose as a crucial processing center for migrants seeking asylum in accordance with U.S. law. The transformation of this landmark building represents more than just a change in function. It embodies New York's commitment to handling the humanitarian challenges of our time with dignity and efficiency. The federal funding at the center of this controversy wasn't some backroom deal or unauthorized expenditure. It was part of a carefully crafted program approved by both houses of Congress in 2023, specifically designed to help cities manage the increasing flow of legal migrants. The Shelter and Services Program, administered by FEMA, was created with clear guidelines and strict oversight. But here's where the story takes its first dramatic turn. Early Monday morning, Elon Musk dropped a bombshell on his social media platform. He claimed that his Doge team had uncovered evidence that FEMA had improperly sent $59 million to luxury hotels in New York City. His post painted a picture of wasteful spending and misused disaster relief funds, a narrative that would soon be revealed as fundamentally flawed. The reality on the ground tells a very different story. Far from the luxury accommodations Musk described, the city operates under strict federal guidelines that cap housing costs at $12.50 per night, a figure that seems almost impossibly low in a city where average hotel rooms command hundreds of dollars per night. This isn't about providing luxury, it's about basic human dignity and efficient processing of legal asylum seekers. The city's financial records tell the true story. Every dollar of the $80 million was meticulously accounted for, with detailed invoices submitted and approved by federal authorities. The funds weren't just for housing. They supported a comprehensive system that includes health screenings, case management, and assistance in connecting migrants with family members across the country. This isn't a story of waste. It's a story of careful stewardship of public resources to address a national challenge at the local level. But within hours of Musk's tweet, the situation escalated dramatically. The Trump administration took unprecedented action, firing FEMA's chief financial officer and 3 other officials for simply doing their jobs. dispersing congressionally approved funds according to established law and procedure. This wasn't just a personnel matter, it was a direct attack on the professional civil service and the rule of law. The impact rippled through New York's financial systems like a shockwave. When the federal government executed their clawback of funds, it didn't just remove the money, it created a $79.5 million overdraft in the city's account. Adding insult to injury, Citibank automatically charged a $15,000 overdraft fee, a surreal moment where one of America's largest cities faced the same banking penalties as any ordinary account holder. This isn't just about money. It's about the fundamental relationship between federal and local government, about the rule of law, and about how we as a nation handle complex challenges. The city's legal team has documented every aspect of their compliance with federal guidelines. The $12.50 per night housing cap, the detailed service records, the transparent accounting of every dollar spent. The human cost of this political theater can't be ignored. Behind the numbers are real people, both the migrants seeking legal asylum and the dedicated civil servants working to manage this complex situation. Case managers, healthcare workers, and administrative staff, all working within a system suddenly thrown into chaos by political interference. What makes this situation even more troubling is the response from city leadership. Mayor Adams, rather than standing firm against this unprecedented federal overreach, appears to be aligning himself with the very forces attacking his city's interests. His meeting with federal officials focused not on recovering the stolen funds, but on accommodating their demands, a position that has left many New Yorkers questioning whose interests he truly serves. The City Comptroller's Office has launched a full investigation into the legal implications of this unauthorized withdrawal. They're examining not just the immediate impact on city services, but the dangerous precedent this sets for federal-local relations. If the federal government can arbitrarily reclaim allocated and spent funds based on social media allegations, what does that mean for every city and state in America? Constitutional experts are raising alarm bells about the broader implications. This isn't just about immigration policy or city finances. It's about the fundamental principles of governmental separation of powers and due process. The federal government's actions bypass established procedures for reviewing and auditing municipal spending, replacing them with arbitrary executive actions triggered by social media posts. The contrast between rhetoric and reality couldn't be starker. While Musk and Trump paint a picture of luxury accommodations and wasteful spending, the reality is a bare-bones operation running on razor-thin margins, providing basic services mandated by law and human decency. The $12.50 per night housing allowance, far from luxury, represents one of the most cost-efficient government programs in operation. Looking ahead, this crisis raises fundamental questions about how our democracy functions in an age of social media influence and executive overreach. When a tweet from a private citizen can trigger the firing of federal officials and the seizure of municipal funds, we've entered uncharted territory in American governance. The city's financial team is now working around the clock to prevent this crisis from affecting essential services. They're reallocating funds, negotiating with banks, and preparing legal challenges. But the damage goes beyond dollars and cents. It strikes at the heart of trust in governmental systems and processes. Legal experts point out that this situation creates a dangerous precedent. If allowed to stand, it suggests that any federal funding could be arbitrarily withdrawn after the fact, making it impossible for cities and states to plan and execute long-term projects or respond to emergencies effectively. The ripple effects are already being felt beyond New York. Other cities with similar migrant support programs are watching nervously, wondering if their federal funding could be next. Municipal finance officers across the country are reviewing their procedures, trying to protect against similar arbitrary withdrawals. This story serves as a stark reminder of how quickly established systems can be undermined when political interests override administrative process. The combination of social media misinformation, executive overreach, and weakened institutional safeguards creates a perfect storm that threatens the very foundation of cooperative federalism. As New York City fights to recover its stolen funds, the bigger battle is about preserving the principles of democratic governance and the rule of law. This isn't just about $80 million. It's about whether we'll allow social media allegations and political vendettas to override established law and procedure in America's governance. Brad Landers, the city comptroller, puts it best. This isn't just highway robbery, it's an assault on the basic principles of how government should work. When we can't trust the federal government to honor its commitments and follow its own laws, we're in dangerous territory. The consequences of this unprecedented action continue to unfold. While the city works to manage this financial crisis, the broader implications for American democracy and governance remain a pressing concern. This isn't just New York's fight. It's a battle for the integrity of American governmental systems and the rule of law itself. As this unprecedented story continues to unfold, one thing becomes crystal clear. The relationship between federal and local government has entered uncharted territory. With $80 million still in limbo and New York City fighting to recover its funds, the stakes couldn't be higher for every city and state across America. Brad Landers and his team aren't just fighting for New York's budget. They're standing up for the principles that keep our democracy functioning. This isn't about politics or personalities, it's about preserving the systems and processes that allow our government to serve its citizens effectively. Will this become a turning point in American governance, or will it set a dangerous precedent for federal overreach? The answer may depend on how we as citizens stay informed and engaged with these crucial issues. Here at Elon Musk 24 Hours, we're committed to bringing you the stories that matter, the ones that impact not just headlines, but the very framework of our society. If you value deep analysis and unvarnished truth about the intersection of technology, politics, and governance, join our growing community. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on this developing story and other breaking news. Share this video with anyone who cares about the future of American democracy and drop your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think cities should protect themselves from similar financial maneuvers? Until next time, this is Elon Musk 24 Hours, keeping you informed about the stories that shape our future.